Okay, welcome to the weekend video. This is Enda here. Firstly, Enda from bullwins.org. Firstly, I wanted to apologize because my website is having trouble right now. I know you guys and gals that are members of the website can't get onto the website right now. I'm working on it. Hopefully, it'll be done by this evening, back and running this evening. But if not, fear not, I'll get it fixed over the weekend, and I'm sure I'll be back to normal service on Monday. Anyway, I I can't even get access into the back end of the website to, put together an email to contact you because the whole thing has just crashed. So anyway, while I'm working on that, I decided, right, I'm going to take my head out of it for a moment and just do a video as I normally do, back to normal service. And at least people can watch this and know that, there is something happening in the background. And I'll be back to normal service soon enough. Okay. Okay, it's funny when you update your website, the update that actually happens is the whole website goes down. So, you gotta really swallow your pride there and just start begging people to help you. So that's the phase, that's my tactical phase right now. I'm begging people to help me. Anyway, okay. It'll be fixed eventually. It'll be fixed. Either tonight or tomorrow or the day after. It'll be done soon enough. Okay. Now, I'm going to start on the dollar FX and then move on to other more sexy markets. But don't forget the currency markets. There's a major rally in the dollar that's been happening for a long time. Except for over the last year, the dollar has been rallying. Now, maybe we've completed that rally, but this dollar rally, it's indicative of one thing in my mind. It's risk aversion. It's the kind of tendency towards risk aversion, and you could call it like a divergence. You could call this, this is euro dollar, so this is the US dollar strengthening against the euro, and you could overlay a daily chart of the stock market on top of this, and you could see the rising stock market and the fall or the rising dollar at the same time. That would be what you would call a divergence. So strengthening in the dollar, and I think it will snap, and I think it will result in a breaking risk assets, a break in the rally in risk assets, and again switched into safer assets. So here we go. We're well into this phase now. Now we've seen this initial rally off the low of euro dollar. I have been looking for this rally. It looks like we have an impulsive 5 waves followed by 3 waves down. Not quite sure whether we're finished this yet. I was looking last night. If I could publish the update that I did last night, that would be fantastic, but I can't yet. Anyway, looking for this 3 waves down to complete pretty soon and then rally into a 3rd wave. I'll show you that on the hourly count now. So you can see 5 waves up. This could be an ending diagonal here, I'm not sure. But we've got 5 waves up in wave 1, then A, B, C down in wave 2. So we've got that 3 down, 3 up, and then quite likely a 5 wave decline in wave C of 2. We're approaching the 50% retracement now, which is 105.67. So I'm looking for a low around that 105.60, 105.70 area before beginning a rally in wave 3. And that's what I'll be looking for next week. Okay, here is the forward count in cable. This seems to be the most likely count right now. It looks like we're probably beginning a C wave rally. So sorry as I update this 4-hour count right now. It looks like we're tracing out 3 waves up in wave 4. We seem to have some sort of a B wave complete right now, and we have an impulsive higher low now tracing out. We have to hold the low at wave B for this. Well, that's the short-term hourly count to hold, but I think soon enough we'll move into this C wave rally, and then once we're complete up around 128, 129, I think we'll move back down again into wave 5. So here is the hourly count. This is what I'm looking at this morning. We have a possible, possible 3 waves rally in wave A, and then maybe an expanded flat correction wave B. You could slice it both ways on that, to be honest, but this is the short-term count. This is what probably fits the best in my head anyway. So we may have a B wave low in, right now. We're getting quite close. So, maybe even by the time this update is over, we'll have broken that B wave low. So I'll have to reconfigure this count, but it looks like we are correcting pretty much sideways over the last week and a half. I think it's wave B. Whether we have the low in or not, I don't know. But it looks like we'll probably rally into a wave C next week, and that's what I will be looking at. And initially, once we get a break of, I'd say 126 again, that will indicate that wave C of 4 is underway. And at this point, I'm looking at about between 128 and 129 for wave C to top out. Okay, let's move on. Here is dollar yen. The relentless rally in dollar yen has surprised me, to be quite honest. Even though if you went back a year ago, I was calling 125 on dollar yen, and here we are at 133, and we just seem to not want to stop. And this is again another indication of underlying weakness in risk assets and a flight towards the dollar. So just be careful about that. We have a possible wave 3, 4, and 5 top tracing out. I'm not sure whether wave 5 in blue of wave 5 in green is done yet. So we have a pretty clear 5-wave pattern here. We've got wave 4 in green and then a rally in wave 5. So we've got wave 1, 2, nice, let's say, step higher in wave 3, small correction in wave 4, and then the extension happens in wave 5. So we've got wave 1 and 2, and then extension in wave 3 of 5, maybe a running flat, or possibly a running flat wave 4 of 5, and then we're looking for wave 5 of 5 of 5 of 5 of 1. If this is correct, then we'll correct down wave 2, but at this point in time, it's just a matter of waiting until there's some sort of reversal pattern building. I did think that was what was happening back here, but as the time went on, that idea had changed. So, okay, so here we are, again approaching a top. We'll see whether we'll close out or not. Okay, here is the stock market. We stepped lower yesterday, which is interesting. I had, excuse me, I was comfortable enough with the idea that a triangle was forming here, but obviously the market had other ideas, and we actually accelerated lower out of that triangle. Now, there is a complex version of a correction here that could be in play. I'm not quite sure. The pre-market this morning, or let's say the early futures trade, is still it's promising a lower open. So I don't know whether we gap lower or not. It's another question. The main count was expecting a possible third wave decline beginning wave 1. So wave 1 should retrace all the way back to the lows again, I think. This will be wave 1 of 3. If I get my wave 3 back here, I don't have it. Okay, I'll rob you, put you down here. Okay, so that'll be wave 1 of 3. I would like to see wave 1 of 3. If that's actually what's happening here, I would like to see wave 1 of 3 fall back towards that that recent low at wave 1. So that'll be 30 between 3,600 and 31,000. So down there somewhere we should see a low of wave 1 of 3 form. If we broke to a new low, even better. So we'll see how that happens over the next few days. Here's the hourly count. You can see it's a leading diagonal wave 1, running flat wave 2. Hence the reason why a triangle actually, kind of really slotted into place on following this pattern here, because it's a quite an unorthodox beginning of an impulse wave lower. Now, you could have an A wave down, an A, B, C, D, E, B wave triangle, and then this could be a decline in a C wave in wave B. So this could still turn out to be a B wave correction, and if we rally significantly back off, a near enough low, if this is actually wave B here, and this is an ABC down in wave B, then we expect a C wave rally back to a new interim high above 33,700, let's say. If this is the case, then we should see a low form pretty soon, most likely above this wave A high here. The more we decline, the more likely the bearish outlook is. So uh, at the moment, this bearish outlook has not been invalidated. Until it is invalidated, I'm going to stick with it as the main count because the probabilities are rising here that this is actually what's happening. So we could have a wave 1, 2, and then a decline in wave 3. If we break below 32,000 again, it will increase the chance that this is a wave 3 down. And if we break to a new low completely, that will be below, let's say, 3,600 again. Then we are, I think, rolling over into a larger degree third wave down, and we should probably, hold on to your hat if that's the case. Okay, that's the idea right now. I'll see if I'll be able to do an update tonight. I'm just not sure whether that's possible or not. If I get the website fixed, then there will be an update tonight. If not, hold on for throughout the weekend. I will get to you. Okay. Okay, let's move on. Here is gold. I'm going to go with the 4-hour count in gold. You can see a clear 3-wave decline. Wave 1 up, a 3-wave decline into wave 2. Now, we have not... Oops, where are you going? I'm going to use a permanent line here. We have not broken back above the initial low of wave 1 down. So that we could call that 1890. If we break above 1890, then we should be... I'd be much more confident of the bullish count. So far, we're holding above that. Let's say if that's a wave A down, we're holding below that wave A down, and as long as we do that, there is still the possibility that this is in fact a 5-wave pattern developing to the downside. So we've got a wave 1, 2, 3, and some sort of 4th wave ongoing, and then a 5th wave down. So that would be an alternate right now, something to keep an eye on. If that's the case, we will break to a new low below 1750. I'm not touting this as the most likely outcome yet. I still think there's more action in favor of the bullish outcome here, and I am, let's say, I am just raising the possibility just in case. Now, let's get into the hourly count. I'll show you what I'm thinking here this week. So we've got a possible 5-wave rally in wave 1, 3 waves down in wave 2, and then a definite maybe for a 1-2 rally off that wave 2 low. So we rallied, we corrected almost into 50% in wave 2. We rallied, we corrected probably about 76% in wave 2 again. The problem I'm having here right now is that the move off this wave 2 low is not impulsive looking just yet. So if I'm expecting a third of a third rally, it's not looking quite likely today. We're only just about holding above that 1837 low of wave 2, and we really need to hold that 1828 low at that higher degree wave 2 in blue. Otherwise, we'll be triggering this alternate count for wave 2, and then we will be, it's a series of wave 2s here. We've got wave 2 in green, wave 2 in blue, wave 2 in pink. So the further we decline, the more supports we break, the more likely that we will move towards that larger alternate 5-wave down pattern. So I'm still reasonably hopeful, even if we do break 1828, that we're probably only tracing out a larger 2nd wave correction here, and we'll move to a 3rd wave next week. But I am kind of wary of that, the fact that we may be moving into a downdraft in the stock market, and that tends to have a knock-on effect across markets. So I'm not ruling that out. I'm not a fool. I'm not going to rule out the opposite of what I'm touting here. Okay, so idea being that we're drawing out some sort of a 2nd wave low here with the possibility of moving up into a 3rd wave. We haven't confirmed this yet. We're going to have to wait until next week for that to happen. Okay, let's move on to crude oil. This is the main count. I'm working with 5 waves down in wave 1, A, B, and an ending diagonal wave C, which pipped to a new low above wave A, a new high above wave A. We're still holding a lower high, which is interesting, to say the least. Now, the question is here, when do we get this top in wave 2? So for that answer, let's move down into the hourly count. So here is the hourly count. I was picking out Fibonacci clusters this week. So we were showing a Fibonacci cluster around 121.40, and we hit that and we reversed off that. So right now that decline does not look impulsive, to be quite honest. Last night I was looking at a possible 5-wave. It would be possibly a wedge right now at this point, a 5-wave pattern in wave C of 5. So that'd be ABC up in wave 5, a possible 5-wave pattern in wave C of 5. So we still have the reasonable possibility that we're going to move to a new high today. We have that 78.6 retracement level for wave 2 coming in at 124. So again, it's a reasonably tight cluster that's coming in around the 121 to 124 level. If this count is correct, that should be enough to end this rally and reverse in an impulsive pattern lower next week. So that's what I'll be looking for again next week. Okay, here's the 4-hour S&P count. We moved lower this week also, and so far, excuse me, where did you go? Come back here. 4-hour S&P. We have a 1-2 pattern, wave green. We have a 1-2 pattern in wave 2 in blue, and we seem to be moving lower impulsively today. So the question is, are we moving down into wave 3, wave 1 of 3? So that's the idea here on the hourly count. Possible acceleration lower into wave 3 of 1 of 3. If that's the case, then we should see more downside today. We might get this with inflation numbers, and people will just give up on on the stock market altogether. It's funny enough, inflation comes in higher and people run to the dollar. Go figure. Okay, here's wave 1 and wave 2. Again, it's that kind of wedge pattern running flat wave 2, and if we are declining in a wave 3 right now, then we should I think extend lower back towards the previous lows, probably back towards 3,900 in wave 3 of 1. And if that's the case, then we will probably hit a low in wave 1 somewhere between 3,900 and 3,800. So looking for 5 waves down. Hasn't been confirmed just yet. We still have that alternate wave 2 idea. We will see early next week, or maybe today. Maybe today we'll make a large step forward towards this outcome here. So we'll see whether that happens or not. Okay, let's move on. Here is silver 4-hour. I'm actually tracking that 5-wave pattern in silver, and we seem to be moving towards that today over the last couple of days. So this would be the caveat, let's say, for gold as well. Are we tracing 5 waves down with that, wave 1 low being the resistance that needs to break in order to confirm a rally? But so far in silver and in gold, that wave 1 low is actually holding. So we've got the 4-hour count in silver is showing a possible top in wave 4 now in, and we should be moving down into wave 5. The minimum target would be a break of probably $20, maybe somewhere down around 19 we'll actually find a low. We'll see over the next week or so how that's going to trace out. So here is the hourly count. We've got the wave 3 low, a possible A, running flat wave B, and then a 5-wave rally wave C. Excuse me. So we seem to have petered out this week in the rally phase, and we're now moving lower. A break of that wave B low again at 2140 would be a good step towards confirming the bearish count for wave 5 down. So that'll be wave 4 in red. We'll be moving lower in wave 5 in red. So we've got wave 1 and 2 of 1 of 5. So we'll see how that traces out over the next couple of days. This pattern might change a little. I mean, if we get a lower degree 5-wave pattern, that might take in wave 1 here, and we'll get a kind of again another generally sideways move as we complete wave 1 and 2, and then accelerate lower in wave 3. We'll see how that goes. Okay, for the moment, it looks like we've got a wave 1, 2, and a 1, 2, maybe even complete. If we break 2140 today, I think that will probably favor the idea that wave 3 is underway. So that is silver. More likely than not, we're going to see more downside next week, and we will see at least a break of 2040 in wave 5. But we'll see how the internal pattern actually traces out. We'll go to Bitcoin. This is the hourly count in Bitcoin. Excuse me. It's been a series of 1-2s, I think, in Bitcoin over the last week, really. We topped out a fourth wave correction, and we moved lower impulsively. We've had a kind of an expanded flat wave running flat wave 2. Wave 1 down, standard 5 waves down, running flat wave 2. It seems to be kind of tripping into a third wave down right now. So I would expect to see early next week a break of 29,000 again, to signal that wave 3 is underway. A break of 27, let's say 980 again, will confirm wave 3 is underway. So that is the outlook for next week. More downside, especially looking for a break of 27,980 at that B wave low to confirm the downside risk is actually in play here. You can see on the 4-hour count here that this is a fifth wave decline. I don't know how long it will go on for. It could well extend if this is in fact wave 5 of wave C. We could extend much lower than I'm even thinking about right now. Okay, let's move on. I'm going to go to the Nasdaq. We'll go to the hourly count on the Nasdaq. We've got this gap lower yesterday evening in the Nasdaq. Not sure whether we're going to open lower again today. The futures are suggesting that we will. We've got a possible 1-2, again, a running flat correction, wave 2, and a gap lower out of that. So we'll see if wave 3 of 5 of 3 is actually underway. If this count is correct, then we will see a break to a new low below 11,500 again, or 11,480, as wave 3 completes. That is, I think that's it for the day. Thanks for listening. I'm exceptionally sorry for the problems in the website. There's nothing really. I'm trying all I can try. Not a whole lot else I can do other than really get on to the hosting provider and see if they can back me up on this. I should get back up and running. Hopefully, I'm aiming for tonight, but just in case I can't get it back up and running tonight, please God, over the weekend I'll get it fixed and move back to normal service on Monday again. Okay. Thank you so much. I leave you. I always give you the bad news of the market and the good news to end the day, or to start the day, actually, if you're watching this. Morning here over in Ireland. So you guys in the States and further on are only waking up. I pray God's blessings on you over this weekend, and I ask you, if you haven't considered Christ, things are turning bad in the world and may well turn even worse. So I'm not telling you to get a crutch. I'm telling you to do not go into eternity trusting in your own righteousness, because, as Isaiah said, our righteousness are like filthy rags to a holy and pure God. Our righteousness is not righteousness at all. It's filthy rags. So that's why he gave us the Messiah, to live a perfect life, a sinless life, and lay down his life in order to provide righteousness for humanity. And all you need to do is trust in the righteousness of Christ, of Messiah Yeshua, Messiah Jesus. Trust in his righteousness. Ask him to be the Lord of your life, to drape you in his righteousness. And then you can head into eternity, trusting in the King. And who better? There is a kingdom coming on this earth. Maybe later, maybe sooner, who knows? But that kingdom will be a kingdom of righteousness. And how awesome it would be to be involved in that. Okay. If that sounds like, gibberish and gobbledygook to you and idiocy, well, I don't know. There's not a whole lot I can do to convince you of it. I'll just leave you in the hands of the Lord. Maybe he'll work on you. Okay, I'm going to leave you. I'm going to get back to seeing if I can get this website up and running, and God willing, it'll be up and running this evening. And if not, it's not the actual end of the world. We'll get there. So, all right. God bless. See you next week. See you tonight if my website is up and running. Members. Again, I'm sorry. All right. Bye bye.